Morning students, I am Professor N.K. Vanagaudar. I am going to take a class which is related to Module 2. In Module 2, what are the contents are there, then what are the instruction sets and other things we are going to discuss one by one. So first we are considering introduction to instruction set. How we can utilize the instruction set in microcontrollers and embedded system. So in this chapters we are able to study about the basic program structure and few easy instructions to show how directives and code create an assembly program. What are directives? How is the code stored in the memory? What is memory? These are all the important points we are going to discuss. It is unfortunate that the tools and mechanics of writing assembly have to be learned simultaneously. Without software tools, the best assembly ever written is virtually useless, difficult to stimulate in your head and even harder to debug. You might find the reading sections with unfamiliar instructions. While using new tools, keen to learning to swim by being thrown into a pool. It is, however, after going through the exercise of running a short block of code, the remaining chapters take time to look at all of the details, directives, memory, arithmetic, and putting it all together. This chapter is meant to provide a gentle introduction to the concept behind and rules for writing assembly programs. First, we need tools. While the ideas behind assembler haven't changed over the years, the way that programmers work with an assembler has. In that command line, assemblers are really a first tool that you want to use. Integrated development environments have made learning assembly much easier, as the assembler can be driven graphically. Gone are the days of having papers, tape as an input to the machine. Punch cards have been relegated to the museums, and errors are reported in milliseconds instead of hours. More importantly, the countless options available with command line assemblers are difficult to remember. So our introduction starts the easy way. Graphical users interfaces display not only the source code but memory, register, flags, binary listings and assembler output all at once. Tools such as Keel, MDK. So next we are proceeding to the steps. Instruction set. We are already familiar about that. Several types of instruction sets are there. Basically, the sense of these difference, ARM instructions are 32-bit wide and they are where the first to be used. An older architecture such as ARM7 TDMI, ARM9, ARM10 and ARM11. Thumb instructions, which are the subset of ARM instructions, also work on 32-bit data. However, they are 16-bit wide. For example, you can add two 32-bit numbers together. Can be done one of two ways. By using an ARM instruction, add R0, R0, R2. Thumb instruction we can write like this: add R0, R2. The first example takes the registers R0 and R2, adds them together. Likewise, so these instructions are utilizing. Before proceeding to the program side, first we will understood about the ARM instructions as well as thumb instructions. Thumb instructions we are summarized like this: the processing instructions process within the arithmetic logic unit. A unique and powerful feature of ARM processors is the ability to shift 32-bit binary pattern in one of the source register, either left or right, by a specific number of positions before it enters the ALU This shifts increases the power and flexibility of many data processing operations. The shifting of source register left or right is achieving using barrel shifter as shown. There are data processing instructions that do not use the barrel shift. For example, multiplication, multiply, mul instruction, CLZ, counting leading zeros, and QEADD, signed saturated 32-bit instructions. So these are the most important in case of barrel shifter, its operations. So these instructions we can utilizing, and simply we are writing the code like this. So here shifting the data, how to shift the data? Before that we have to specify certain areas are there, declaration block is there. So in this case, number one, area, you provide the area for coding. Program 1, code, read only. These are the specific rules in microcontroller. Then you are enter into the program, write it entry. Then move R0 hash 0 into 11. Load the whatever the initial values you are going to shift. This value you have to be load. Then after you can use the left side. LSL means shift 1 bit left. R1 comma R0 hash 1 shift. Similarly, LSL R2 comma R1 hash 1 shift 1 bit left and stop B stop. Stop B stop you can use it in the stop the program, and use the end for assembler to create block of code. We need the area. Then you observe this assembly windows, you can observe this all the information, and your codes are stored here, and provide the specific space for program coding and memories. See, these are the memories allocating and registers also allocated. Whatever your stored programs and informations are loaded in the memory, this is known as disassembly window. Similarly, we are proceeding. Another example you can take to find out the factorial of numbers. For example, you can take factorial 5. 5 is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Like that, you have to find out the factorial of any number. Depends on the length, whether it is its capacity also you have to understand about this. Before that, you have to select simple number, single number, then you can calculate the factorial of given number. Before that, factorial of 0 is equal to 1. That point you should always remember. So how you will write the code? So you can write the code in this fashion. Same procedure you can follow this area. You can allocate the area of the program to program name, code, and read only. Then entry is the enter of the code. Then write start coding. Move R7 hash 10. 10 number factorial you have to be find out. Load n into the R6. Whatever the number, you should be stored in the R6 register. Similarly, move R7 hash 1 number to the register 7, and you should remember the if n is equal to 0, at least n factorial equal to 1 in the put it in the loop. Compare R6 hash 0 whether the counter reaches the 0 or not. Then mul GT R7 comma R6 comma R7. Similarly, whenever this number will be decreased by 1, 7, 6, 10, 9, 8, 7, like that, it is reaches up to 1. Then loop will be closed. So subtract GT R6 comma R6 hash 1. Subtract the number by 1. Decrement the loop. Do another multiplication. If counter not equal to 0, stop the operation, stop program, then program ends. In this way, you have to be find out the factorial of n numbers systems. Then you are proceeding to, before that, ALU and barrel shifter, its operation. Then these are the known things you should remember before starting the programs. Then classification of instructions. Instructions are classified into various types, namely branch instruction and branch with link instructions, data processing instructions, multiply instructions, counting leading zero instructions, status register access instruction, load and store instructions, multiple register transfer instruction, semaphore and swap instructions, and accept generating instructions, coprocessor instructions, load constant instructions. So these are the types of instruction, and data processing instruction is another point we are going to discuss. ARM has 20 data processing instructions. Namely, they are given so many list is available, you can observe that, and XOR, subtract, RSP, add, ADC, SBC, RSC, TST, TEQ, CMP, CMN, ORR, move, BIC, MVN, ASR, LSL, LSR, ROR. These are the data processing instructions. You go through that. These are the, it contains both logical as well logical instructions. Then the compare and test instructions only update the conditions, flags, other data processing instructions, store a result to register and optionally update the conditional flags as well as two source operands. One is always register and other is called a shift operand and is either an immediate value or register. If the second operand is a register value, it can have shift applied to it. When shift is applied, second operand is shifted according to the applied shift and then used an operand to process the instructions. So these AND, OR, XOR, these are all the logic operations. Then arithmetic operations such as ADC, add, RSP, reverse subtract, RSC, reverse subtract with carry, SBC, subtract with carries, SUB, subtract, NEG means negate a 32-bit values. These are all arithmetic instructions. Then arithmetic instructions. Similarly, we can proceeding to other type of instructions. Then multiply instructions. ARM it has classes of multiply instructions, normal 32-bit result and long 64-bit results. All multiply instructions take two register operands as the input to the multiplier. The ARM processor does not directly support a multiply by constant instruction due to the efficiency of shift and add or shift and reverse subtract instructions. Normal multiply, there are two multiply instructions that produce 32-bit results. Mul multiplies MUL instruction multiplies the value of two registers together, truncates the results to 32 bits and store the result in third register. MLA multiplies the values of two registers together, adds the value of third register, truncates the results to 32 bits and store the result in fourth register. This can be used to perform multiply accumulate operations. Then another long multiply is there. There are four multiply instructions to produce 64-bit results. Long multiply. Two of the variant multiply the values of two registers together and store 64-bit results. Third and fourth register. There are signed SMULL and unsigned UMULL. Variant, the signed variant produced a different result in the most significant 32-bit if or both of source operand is negative. The remaining two variants multiply the values of two registers together, add 64-bit values from the third and fourth register and store 64-bit results back. Those registers, there are signed SMLAL and unsigned UMLAL. These are the instructions. The instruction perform a long multiply and accumulate it, or whole long multiply instruction can optionally set a n means negate and z means 0 condition code flags. Then another we are going to important counting leading zero instruction. It is an addition, normal data processing and multiply instructions versions 5 and above the ARM architecture include a count leading zero CLZ instruction. This instruction returns the number of 0 bits at most significant end of its operand before the first bit is encountered. 32 of its operand is 0. Two typical applications are to determine how many bits the operand should be shifted left in order to normalize it so that it is more significant bit is 1. Second point, to locate the highest priority bit in a bit mask. So these are the counting leading zero instructions. And another important instruction type is swap instruction. Swap means swapping a numbers from one register into another register. So ARM, how it does the swap. The ARM instruction set has two semaphore instructions. First one is SWP and swap byte SWPB. These two instructions are provided for process synchronization. Both instructions generate an atomic load and store operations, allowing a memory semaphore to be loaded and altered without interruptions. SWP and SWPB have a single addressing mode whose addresses is the content of registers. Separate registers are used to specify the value to store and destination of the load. If the same register is specified for both of these, SWP exchange the value in the register and the value in the memory. The semaphore instructions do not provide a compare and conditional write facilities. If wanted, this must be done explicitly. So another important instruction set is branch instructions. So branch means you are already familiar about in C language and other languages. All the branch for all ARM processors supports a branch instructions that allows the conditional branch forward or backward up to 32 MB. As PC is one of the general purpose register R15, a branch or jump can also be generated by writing the values to R15 register. The branch with link BL instruction preserves the address of instruction after the branch or return address in the LR. R14, this allows to perform subroutine call. These are the important branch instructions. And another important thing is load and store instruction. ARM architecture supports two broad types of instruction which load or store the values of single register from R to memory. The first type can load or store 32-bit word or 8-bit unsigned byte. The second type can load or store a 16-bit unsigned hop word and load and sign extend a 16-bit hop word or an 8-bit byte. This type of instruction is only available in ARM architecture version 4 and above. Then another important point is addressing modes. Addressing modes are classified and different types of addressing modes in the microcontroller in the ARM processors. So these branch instructions, we are proceeding to the next step is load and store instructions, then multiple register transfer instruction. Transfer instructions subset possibly all the general purpose register from or the memory. They support all possible stacking modes, maintaining full or empty stack which can grow up or down memories, and are very efficient instructions for saving or restoring context, for moving large block of data around main memory. The pop operation uses LDM instructions and push operation uses STM instructions. So these are the multiple register transfer instructions. Then we are proceeding to the registers. Register list, we are already familiar about that. Then addressing modes. The transfer address are determined by content of base register, the pre or post bit or up or down bit. You can proceeding. Then another we are moving to the step software interrupt instruction. The ARM instruction set provides two types of instructions whose main purpose is to cause a processor exception to occur. Number one, the software interrupts instruction is used to cause SWI exception to occur. This is the main mechanism in ARM instruction set by which user mode code can be calls to privilege operating system code. The breakpoint instruction is used for software breakpoints in ARM architecture version 5 and above. The default behavior is to cause a pre-patch abort exception to occur. A debug monitor programs which has previously been installed on the pre-patch abort vector can handle this exception. So these are the vector interrupt instructions. Then another we are proceeding to program status register instructions. There are two instructions for moving the contents of a program. Status register from general purpose register, both CPSR and SPSR can be accessed. So in program status register we can follow the certain specific syntax. You can utilize that tool, then write the program status register instructions. Then we are proceeding to the next step is coprocessor instruction. The ARM instruction set provides three types of instructions for communicating with coprocessors. This allows number one, the ARM processor to initiate the coprocessor data processing operation. ARM register to be transferred to a to and from coprocessor register. The ARM processor to generate addresses for coprocessor load and store instructions. So in this way coprocessor is executing, and another important point is load and store coprocessor. LDC load coprocessor instruction loads memory data from a sequence of consecutive memory addresses calculated by addressing mode to the coprocessor whose number is CP/number. If no coprocessor indicates that they can execute the instruction, an undefined instruction exception is generated. In this way you can write the load and store coprocessor instructions. This ends.